All right, so we're back. Yo, San Diego, I keep saying San Diego Chargers. They're not San Diego. The Los Angeles Chargers are out here recruiting rugby players, all right, bringing them into LA. No, it was actually found this week that the biggest rugby star, not named Ilona Mar, in the world, in Antoine Dupont, the current Olympic gold medalist for France, has come into LA and decided to take it by storm with meetings with the LA Clippers. Now, you can be like, what is happening over here? And I said the same thing because I was like, wait, did Antoine Dupont go like, I've won so many awards, I've gotten so many club championships, I've been able to get my Olympic gold, I may as well go take it to the NFL and let me follow in the steps of Louis Rees-Zammit. But it also didn't really make any sense because, one, he still hasn't won a Rugby World Cup, which I could imagine would be the biggest itch, especially whenever you were in the semifinals before losing to the Springboks that close. But like, and just in your heart knowing that you couldn't finish that. But it was wild that he decided to go do a trip and a tour through Los Angeles and legitimately going through places. Obviously, we talk a lot about his going to visit the LA Clippers. Apparently, he trained with them for a few days, talked with Jim Harbaugh, the coach, trading with the players' jerseys and whatnot, which I think is so legitimately dope. If you get, I have a skit that I put out, how World Rugby saw planning for the Rugby World Cup 2031. You can find it inside on my YouTube. But one of the things that I had really specifically said was that I truly believe that World Rugby needs to pay some of these star players who are going to be most likely in the Rugby World Cup and leading up to it for 2031 to go do press tours around the US and introduce themselves to us, to the nation, because there is legitimacy in the story, not the game, the story that the players had. And I think the team is planning to do, but he clearly has a measure of trying to see how far his reach can go. And I bet you because he saw what Ilona Mar has been going through, that he was like, hey, I'm the only rugby player who's gotten more traffic in one time than she has, which was way back in the Rugby World Cup. He had the most traffic by actually further than Ilona, and hers was high after the Olympics. His was dumb crazy high. Only one. What can he do? And he went to the right place. The USA, proud to be an American. Money and entertainment comes together. And he was like, he clearly was going on a tour. And I got to give him this much more credit because not only did he go through a tour of LA talking with people, and probably trying to set up partnerships that could be able to rise his stardom in a global manner rather than just as a, for what it's worth, just France and international within the rugby community manner, and really try and be a global star. He also went to the clubs that were in LA. Obviously, he went to LA RFC and hung out with them, which is that's got. I hope they use that as some level of a promo in some way, shape, or form. I didn't look at their social media, see, but there's something that was legit that goes with that. In addition to that, you also saw him playing beach rugby with, I think, Belmont Shores. You can see that on the Rugby Now store, Rugby Now store social media account. That is a legit blessing to be able to have like a few as a club USA club rugby player. You got to catch passes and play with arguably the most talented or the most complete rugby player in the world, arguably, even though he hasn't beat a Southern Hemisphere team really significantly. I mean, they played Argentina, but I don't even know if he was even really playing in that one. I don't think he was playing that. And they lost the next game. So what does that mean? But like that's legit. I give him credit. I think that the biggest mistake they did do is that they did not do enough lead up press for this. I guess he was going on vacation and doing these, but you want to be a global star, you need to be making press all the time. All the time. You need to be in it. This is how you win the US. This is how you win more money, because clearly that 60% out of France and the UK ain't going to get you very far. You need to tap into this overhyped billions dollar, even though inflation is killing us, money that's out here. And that also helps the game in the US as well too. So whatever it was that was going on, like, I give him credit, but also don't fret, don't worry. It doesn't look like Antoine Dupont is in any rush to leave rugby and go to the NFL like Louis Rees-Zammit. He said in an article that you can find on Wales Online, which is ironic because, Louis Rees-Zammit is Welsh. He said in the article, Dupont. The article goes, Dupont. I gotta bring you up. I don't want to leave you out in the dust. I gotta bring you up. It said, Dupont played down speculations. All right. Dupont downplayed speculations, but it's clear he has enjoyed getting to know another sport. There was rumors with the 27-year-old engaging in practice with the American football team, the Los Angeles Clippers, Los Angeles Chargers. It has prompted rumors he could be about to follow in Louis Rees-Zammit's footsteps and make the leap across the pond for good. Now, what Dupont said is, the first thing I did was watch the team training. He told AFP, whatever, I guess is the publication. We toured all the facilities, which are pretty incredible, just like you'd expect from the Americans. The changing rooms, the screens, the game rooms, everything is huge. Recognized game. I like him a little bit more now. After that, I got to work on some skills, catching balls, tackling techniques, and even some footwork with kicker Cameron Dicker. I also did a bit of core work with the fitness trainer. It's the best way to spend a holiday, being able to train while discovering some pretty cool things. And if there's one sport that's closest to rugby, it is probably American football. But when pressed on whether he could see himself in the NFL in the future, he added, no, I think it's quite far from rugby. I would really have to dedicate a lot of time to it. And to be honest, I don't even have a position in mind where I could see myself. Nevertheless, Dupont says he'd been impressed by the standards set by his hosts, both in terms of their physicality and the facilities they boast. You can see how demanding these guys are on a daily basis, even in the cafeteria with tailored menus, food supplements, the gym, the changing room, right down to the choice of spikes cleats for us Americans. He added, they leave nothing to chance with considerable resources at their disposal. So I love that. I love this cross sports training, especially with American football and rugby, because it makes it easier for Americans to kind of put things in perspective. But more importantly, I really want to diminish and remove this weird, annoying rivalry of American football fans to rugby fans, and us crossovers being kind of stuck in the middle, where you're just like, guys, these are not the same. Like, yeah, one derived from the other, but we're in two very different positions. This is not worth the battle. But I understand there's always a competition. But this continued cross promoting each other, I think absolutely should be, because this is why, again, I say I wish Antoine Dupont had done more lead up, because at the same time, the LA Chargers could have been trying to tap in more into France to be able to see if they can get more fans attached to them, because more games are getting played in Europe. Brett Gosper, who was the former CEO for for World Rugby, is now the NFL Europe basically director. So this element of being able to utilizing their resources together can function well for rugby without having to see players turn over. Like, I love that he did this. I love that the LA Chargers did this. And it's hilarious to me that he's lauding up the LA Chargers facilities, because Dean Spanos paid nothing for the facilities that the LA Chargers had. This is all LA Rams all day. But like, yo, it's good, man. SoFi Stadium and the respective sides doing their thing. So I love this. I love that he went out there and showed that work and showed the athleticism. The photos on, I think, his Instagram page, and I think you can find it on the Clippers, the Chargers Instagram page as well. Like, that's just good. This is good. I just want more press going behind it so that there is a better celebrity feeling. Like, as he said about the facilities, as Americans, we need everything to be big. It needs to be shiny. It needs to be big. It needs to be over the top. It needs to feel like royalty without royalty. We don't put the terms royalty into phase because we don't like the idea of somebody controlling us from a position, but we enjoy the pageantry that comes with royalty, and then we'll allow them to control us because they seem so big and mighty as a result of that. But like, that's what rugby has to have, especially coming in when you're doing the Rugby World Cup, when we're promoting our professional leagues, whenever we're doing all the work needed to be able to really take off and bring it to the public in a way that impresses. It has to be big and shiny, just like the facilities, and feel like there's resources at disposal. Like, that's the game. That's the game. Whether it's you have it or not, that's the game in winning in the Americas. So in America, in the U.S., really, I don't know, Canada and Mexico are different, but in the U.S. for sure. In the U.S. for sure. So I absolutely love this. This was a really dope situation altogether. I can't even hate it, man. But let me know what you guys think. Do you guys feel like there should be more rugby stars doing tours here in the U.S. on their off season between games, trying to be able to get to know the place, being able to bring more to the public and not just on game day with the minimal limited amount of press that would end up coming from that. Like, I feel like this is just, you got to be doing this more. You got to do this more. Like, this is where the money is truly made at.
We're taking dumplings to a new level. My name is Gift Bailu. I'm here with Health Enhanced Foods, and I want to introduce you to one of our most popular products, dumpling flour. What makes our dumpling flour so popular is that it is a mix of unrefined super flours that create the maximum level of nourishment for your personal dumplings. This is including mixes like buckwheat, sunflower, flax seeds, everything that helps to be able to make your appetite stronger, more fulfilled, and healthier. Including within that, we have no added sugars, so we want to make sure that it is rich in protein, rich in fiber, and rich in vitamins and minerals. Our dumpling flour is diabetic friendly, high in quality gluten-free mixes with no rice. And if you know, you know. There's always a little bit of rice to be able to stabilize it, not here in our dumpling flour. It is naturally nourishing, and of course, it's a great substitute for wheat-based dumplings. With this gluten-free dumpling, you can now make your croissants, you can make your rice dumplings, you can make your dessert dumplings. You can absolutely find this at healthenhancedfoods.com. Go ahead, get yourself a bag, get yourself a pallet, and make sure that you can fulfill for your people and yourself the way that you really deserve it. Don't wait, let's go.